So you've got a startup, but nothing you do seems to drive any traffic to your website. Well, today I want to help you fix that. I want to show you why your strategy is failing and my 5-step protocol that anyone can use to drive high quality traffic. So why? Why is your SEO strategy failing to get you any rankings and get you any traffic? Well, generally, you'll find that 80, 90, 95% of websites actually get zero organic traffic off Google. They're trying to target impossible keywords that they're never ever going to rank for. They're already taken by the most authoritative big players in an industry. So here's what you're going to do instead, and I'm going to take you through it step by step. So, number one is your seed keywords. These are your top main areas, your main topics that you're going to be talking about on your website. You need to get these really clear before you go any further, because if you're just targeting random topics, random areas of information, you're never going to get any rankings because your strategy, your content strategy is way too scattered. In this example, we're going to use fitness as our topic. So whether that's a fitness instructor or it could be a fitness related app, a weight loss app, anything like that. The subject doesn't matter too much for this example. You can see I've picked out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different subject or seed keywords. These are my top level subjects that I want to talk about on my website: losing weight, gain muscle, working out, home workout, and body transformation. Now, if you're struggling to think of these, you can just use ChatGPT for this. You could go over to ChatGPT and say, hey, this is my business. Can you give me 5 to 10 seed keyword ideas for my SEO strategy? That's going to get the ideas off and running for you for a place to get started to then build out from there. So what do we do next? Well, the next stage is to start doing our keyword research. And this is where most people fall down. Most people can get their seed keywords, but after that, it all ends in a big mess. So I'm going to show you how to do effective keyword research in any keyword research tool. I'm going to use SEMrush, but this will work in any of the options out there, basically. So the first thing we want to do, we want to pick our first seed keywords. So we'll use home workout for this one. Now, most people get stuck here because they either start collecting these keywords and think, oh, great, best home workout equipment, best at-home glute workout. And they think, I can write subjects on that. That's related to my business, and it could bring me in customers. Problem is, on the right-hand side here, you'll see this KD percentage rating. This is keyword difficulty. And you can see they're all red, orange, or yellow, which means they're really hard to rank for. Although they've got decent volume, they're really competitive. These have already been covered, and there's not really any new insight you're going to bring to the world. What we want to do is start filtering this down to find your best opportunities to rank really easily. So the first thing we want to do is start filtering by our keyword difficulty. You can select it here and you can select preset ranges, but I like to go for, let's say, anything below 30, from 0 to 30, 100% being the hardest ever thing to rank for ever, 0 being there's no competition out there, it should be a breeze to get to the top. So we're looking in the bottom third of difficulty rankings, basically, which should bring us the best opportunities. Now you can start to see that although the keyword volumes have dropped a little bit down here, you can see the opportunities are much easier. For example, best leg workout machines for home, 13. That's a really good opportunity if you sell that equipment. But you can start to scroll down and pick out lots of different really long tail keywords. These are very specific things that people want. And you can even use these to build a product around. If you're a fitness instructor or something, or you have an app, you could go and build out whole programs based on these keywords that you're finding, because you can write content about them and then direct people to your app or your training program or whatever it is. So chest workout with dumbbells at home, really long tail keyword that not many people will have attacked. And you can go a step further as well to find the most valuable stuff. And you can start inputting CPC data, cost per click, and it's going to tell us how much people are willing to advertise on this keyword. And that's a really useful metric because it shows you if there's any commercial value behind a keyword. If people are willing to spend paid advertising money on a keyword, then it's likely something that could convert into sales quite easily. So this is $3 we're going to put in this custom range to see what comes up. You can tweak it around to see what comes up. Okay, in this scenario, then it's not that useful. We could tweak that down again and say down to $1 just to try and winkle out some more opportunities that people see value in. And as you can see, you can start collecting up all of these different keywords and get loads of content ideas. These are content ideas that could build out into products that you could sell, whether it's digital products, apps you can build, or even start creating content across social media, because we know that people are interested in this sort of stuff. So we're not just getting SEO content ideas, we're getting stuff that you could use across your whole marketing platform, which is a really important part of SEO these days. Don't think of it as a standout on its own marketing channel. It should fit more holistically into your with your email marketing, with your social media strategy, to bring a whole holistic approach to your marketing. So once you've collected all of these keywords up that you like the look of and fit into your subject areas, you want to extract them or copy them into a Google Sheet. And you can go through and do this for every single one of your seed keywords, and it should give you 50 or 100 keywords very quickly with low difficulty. Once you have your keywords, you want to go on to step 3, which is a manual difficulty check. Don't just take for granted what these tools and these SEO tools are telling you, because they're not always that accurate. So you want to go through and start looking at each of your keywords and looking at Google results manually. This is going to allow you to check page 1 rankings with your own eyes and look to see actually who's ranking on there. Is it actually loads of big sites that are famous, high, well-known brands that you're never going to outrank because they have way more authority than you? Or is it a lot of small sites and forums and sort of a bit of a mishmash of information that isn't very clear for the user? And in that, you can assess the content quality as well to think like, can I provide original new insight to this topic that's going to serve me the best chance of ranking because I'm bringing new information to users and I'm bringing a better quality of content and user experience overall. Once you've whittled down the list, you can move on to step 4, which is using some AI to get more ideas. You've probably got 50, again, 100 low difficulty keywords. You can copy and paste those into ChatGPT and just simply ask ChatGPT, say something like, I've got this list of low difficulty keywords. Can you identify patterns in these keywords and generate me a new list of keywords that might be good for me to try and rank in my SEO strategy? Now, when you go through these, it's not going to be like 100% perfect list of keywords. You want to go through these again. You can even run these through a keyword tool again. In the keyword overview of SEMrush, you can actually put 100 keywords in at one time and go and fetch data on them all as well as a big bulk to save you time doing them all individually and manually. Now, you'll probably find that like half of them are kind of worthless and not that interesting, and half of them actually unlock some new content ideas that might be good for search and other areas of your marketing platform as well. Then finally, once you've got your keywords, you go through them, make sure you've got a list that makes sense. You can make sure that they all are related to your brand and they're all of, attainable difficulty for your search results. And then you've gone through and done your manual search to see what is the easiest to rank for actually when you're looking with your own eyes, and what might be a bit more tricky. You can sort them into like your best opportunities and filter them down that way, so you can start creating content for your easiest win first. So it's actually as simple as that. That's where you want to start, the long tail keywords that the big brands aren't going to have the time or the patience to go after.